Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about how muscle memory can help you manifest a bigger penis. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell some friends, and of course follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat of YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this video we're going to talk about how muscle memory can help you manifest a bigger penis. And that's what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Collective, the Big Cock Consciousness, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis. Help you manifest the best naturally raised testosterone, human growth hormone, and make you your best version. If you want to, some serious inquiries, I'm a spiritual guide, a mentor, and I can help you. So please get in the DMs. And without further ado, we're here talking about how muscle memory can help you. And this was all inspired to me. I follow, fitness is one of my passions, making yourself be as big as you can. But, I utilize magic and other types of techniques because, the way I look at this is all truths are true. You just got to find the ones that make you, you. And when you're going with that philosophy, you're kind of like, etching out what works, what doesn't. And muscle memory is one that a lot of bodybuilders and fitness enthusiasts can get behind. And then of course there's others that say it's a myth. But for the most part, you talk to any gym rat, any type of bodybuilder aficionado, and what you see with your own eyes, you see that muscle memory is a true thing. So how does this correlate to you if you've never been on the other side of being, a huge, massive, beast that you want to be, with that huge piece of meat swinging between the knees and throbbing to the pecs and helping you be your best? How does that help you? What it is you got to understand that these people, like, we'll use Calum von Monger, because he's on Netflix, and hopefully some of you guys seen him. He's like, God, sounds like this, he's from Oz, and looks like Arnie. He's like the new Arnold of our era. And he got injured, and you see that he was huge, and then he got, he had to obviously get smaller because he had to have his injuries recover, and now he's back, and he's bigger than ever. He's looking beautiful. He was beautiful the whole way. And, he's doing his thing, and he's an inspirational story nonetheless. I love seeing people pushing it to the level and pushing it to the max just to be the best that they can be. I'm not against steroids and anything that you got to use to help you manifest. And I just feel that, the divine energy that's inside of all of us has the, ability to tap into things beyond us. And when you look at something as simple as muscle memory, understanding that, this guy knew that he was big and obviously can get there quickly. So that is the attitude that I want to give you guys, because if you can visualize yourself being huge, it goes into something called knowing. So it's not like, muscle memory is real, whatever. It's like that guy knew he was already huge. He's got pictures to see that he did it. He knew that it was in him to do it, and he got there quickly, or so it seems quickly with movie magic. But, when you're going through the process, when you're really involved with something and you're passionate, an hour can feel like either 5 seconds or it can feel like 5 years. You know what I mean? So regardless of whatever that is, you got to find, your passion, find your vision, and go after that. And that's what muscle memory is all about. So if you can at least entertain the idea that you were already huge, then you'll get there quicker and understand that it's possible. So you're like, all right, if you start putting in your head like, I'm huge, I'm big, I'm massive, it's going to be easier for you to manifest more muscle than if you're seeing like negative things all the time. I got this theory that, since we're coming up with positive words, and you might hear about like when you freeze ice blocks and you write things like love on it, and then you write bad things on another one. The crystals under the microscope are like frozen differently, and that kind of lets me understand that whatever you're tattooing on your body, you might want to come with love, man. I feel like if you put a heart on you, you got to be doing something right. You know what I mean? everything that I do, you know, I always want to make sure I come with love. My favorite matrix hack to share is no matter who's there, no matter who I see, I always got to come from my heart, you know, whether I can smile at them or not. I just intend on you to have a beautiful day. Send that love along your way and just let it dissipate, man. You hack the matrix of the room that you're in, and you're spreading love and positivity. And I feel that if more people got behind that, the world would be a better place. And that's just what I see, you know, and I understand that, you know, these ideas are more or less, you know, collective beliefs. So muscle memory is a collective belief you can get behind, and then like you got people's fitness and diets and ketos and whatnot. All this stuff is collective ideas, and then it's backed by, you know, of course you got your science or whatever. But when you go beyond science, it goes back to something called magic. And I want you to understand that we are all magic, we are all beautiful, we are all love, we are all divine. So I want you to understand that if you woke up today, take a breath, you got a shot, man. It's just a beautiful thing to say. And I always got to start the day with gratitude, because gratitude is the attitude. Before your feet hit the ground, you want to make sure that you're just giving that thanks, giving that praise, because the more thanks that you give, you are hacking the matrix of this place. You are changing your vibe. You are changing everything that you are. Because every second, essentially, we're constantly shifting. We don't know where we are, where we were, what this is. There's only now. And what is now? Now is beautiful. And I want you to understand that you're beautiful right now. So go ahead and write that down. I am beautiful right now. And the rest of this for me is to help you become a better version, help you unlock what's already there, man. The matrix is there. It's like, you know, bending the spoon, you're just bending your neck. And that's something that we can go with, you know, letting you understand that we are magic and we are divine. Getting lost behind all that science is either going to, you know, help you out, or it's going to take you down. You got to see what's serving you to help you achieve your best version. And some people, you know, the science route, you know, you like to go behind, okay, this is what this looks like, this is what that looks like, I can get behind that. But you got to understand that you can change things as long as you, if I could change, you could change, everybody could change. I love saying that line, man. Rocky 4. Something to just get you smiling and understand that we're on the right motion to getting us to the change that we want to come to fruition in this ocean of life, this flow that we got, this delight. And we're gonna understand that, you know, if I can change, you can change. Everybody can change. Say we all can change. Go ahead and type that down. Rocky wasn't wrong. You know that, you know, he's one of my inspirations. He's a beautiful person, always tearing it up in the gym. Who knows what he's doing on the other side of it, but nonetheless, you know, hard work gets put in. So, is hard work necessary to manifest in a huge piece of meat swinging at your knees? I would say that depending on your beliefs. If you feel that you got to really put in a lot of work and you're not, then you're going to have to do it. That's just the bottom line. You got to go into something called knowing and listening to your higher self, and it's, you know, quite simple. You're going to have to get out of your own way. And when you're going with that philosophy, you're either going to be like, man, I should be working out more, man, I should be doing this more. If that's the attitude that you're going to have, you're going to have to just go with that and see where you go with that. And, you know, sometimes, you know, unfortunately, if you work out, you know, is there a such thing as overtraining? You talk to some meatheads, they say it's impossible. You talk to other people, they say, oh, it's very simple. You know, it's just, it's all here, man. It's all in the chakra system. You got to follow your own. That's what it's all about. There's no wrong way at this, man. You just got to see what works for you. And that's the journey of life, man. If you had the answers, you wouldn't be alive. All right, that's how this works down here. You got to figure it out as you go. That's the journey, the excitement to help you grow. That's why we got to get out of that autopilot mindset that is just telling us to do the same thing every single day, and we got to hack the matrix every minute along the way, because we don't even know what this place really is, man. You know, like I have, you know me, I like to always preach and claim I'm a sleep sorcerer. I'm dripping that DMT every time I go to sleep, and I ain't got to snort for it, jab a vein for it. All I got to do is sleep, and I am dripping that DMT. I'm battling it out in the astral realms, and or I'm extremely lucid, and or I'm, you know, a huge massive giant with my massive piece of meat throbbing between my pecs, shaking the ground, being my best. And, you know, last night I was in a dream that was more or less like one of my Quentin Tarantino flicks. Again, I've been, if you listen to yesterday's, another Quentin Tarantino movie, and share it with you real quick. I had like, I was somewhere in New York, and, you know, I ended up having some roommates, I think, or I was visiting these guys, and these are people that usually I wouldn't be living with. You know, they're guys that sound like, yeah, what's up? You know, just, you know, like that kind, whatever. All right, they had that kind of voice going, and I don't discriminate. You know, I'm open book, man. I'm here for love. Anybody that spreads love and that's entertaining, I'm with you, man, because if you ain't smiling, you ain't living. The smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. Write that down. The smile is made inside the mind. It is divine. And when you have that energy, it's more than just flexing a smile, man, because like I was talking about earlier, man, you flex it to the wrong person, you can't always do that. But if you come from the mind, you can always smile inside your mind without even, you know, without even flexing it out. You could be sitting there with just a regular, still smiling. You know what I mean? I'm still giving that smile energy. I'm still coming with the love, and you don't even have to flex it out every now and then. Of course, it's even better when you have that, you know, ultimate connection when the smile works. You gotta love that. So anyways, I'm in my dream, and I got these roommates, and next thing you know, I'm stealing this car. You know, I don't know why, and I'm like at a parking garage, and I'm somewhere in New York, and it was like some made up town, like I'm by the Bronx, but it sounded like I was in Howard Beach, believe it or not. And you know, I'm in this car, and like it was like some type of garage where the car just came down, and the keys were in it, or they were kind of in it, whatever it was, and I just felt inclined to just get in this car and get to where I had to go, and it was like some type of Jaguar or something, and I was just like flooring it out there, and they had song by Len, you know, If You Steal My Sunshine, I was lying on the grass of Sunday morning of last week, and I'm just like flying, just, you know, through the, you know, the streets or whatever, and then it kind of correlated into a movie I seen called Go, when they were in a Monte Carlo in that song, or actually a Ferrari, excuse me. You know, this dream is coming to me as I'm speaking to you right now. They're in a Ferrari, and then, you know, that same song came on when they stole it. Mine was a Jaguar. I'm in some type of New York setting. That was Vegas. But be as it may, I'm driving around, and next thing you know, like, the car was making the alarm noises go off, much kind of like Go. And next thing you know, I'm in some like farm town, New York, right? From the big apple or some type of borough. And next thing you know, I'm in some farm town, and I felt like the cops were chasing me. So I just kind of like I ran out of the car, and I ducked on the side of this barn. And next thing you know, the cops were looking for somebody else. And I'm at this house, and they're having some type of barbecue or whatever, and they're making like these pulled porks. That's funny, man. They're making these pulled pork sandwiches with like coleslaw on them, and they look really good. And I had to go move this car, and one of these roommates was calling me, and they showed up to this house, and for some reason was the farmhouse I'm at was one of my roommates, like, yeah, like his uncle that was like, you know, it was his place or whatever, and we're just kind of talking, and it's like, yeah, I'm making some barbecue or whatever, and it looked really good, all right? Like, we're talking like farm barbecue. I don't really eat barbecue all the time, but maybe I'm craving it. My dream wanted me to have it, but be as it may, I couldn't get it in my dream. I'm just like, you know, I had to go move this car. Next thing you know, the other roommate showed up. I had to drive him to work in Greenwich Village. I don't know where I'm at, by the way, like some farm from Burroughs to next thing you know, I gotta go all the way to Greenwich Village. And then this girl shows up, and she was a girl that I slept with before, and she was like, I don't know if I was extra huge or whatever, because I wasn't really like aware of my body. All I know is when I was sitting down, like, she was eye level with me, you know what I mean? So like when I got up and I had to drive the car, I was like in the back seat, and she was like in the front seat. And she was able to, you know, by the way, she was able to get the barbecue, and I wasn't able to eat. And I'm in the back seat of this car, and like she's like on my lap or something. My piece of meat is like throbbing into her back, and I can't like control the gas. You know what I mean? Like I'm controlling the wheel, you know what I mean? But I can't control the gas because she's on my lap, and either my foot couldn't, like my foot was too big or something, or I didn't know. Like I'm either bigger than the car, whatever, you know what I mean? And we're like driving, and that is kind of like where we left it off. Like we drove crazy through some freeways, and next thing you know, we dropped the kid off to work. Did he get to work? I think he did. And here we are right now, back in the BCC, coming to you live from my mind and helping you understand that we are magic and divine. And whatever's inside you is inside of me, inside of the blue. And when we go to sleep at night, you know, the astral realms, whether you are in your body, you see, like, you know, I had that huge piece of meat throbbing to her back. We're talking that I can feel that whether I'm aware of my body or not. And that tells me that sex is divine, the smile is divine, breathing is divine. We are all divine. We are more than these beautiful avatars. We are the light that is running them. And whether you're in this form or whatever form, these feelings are, you know, as real as you make them. So, you know, just entertain that, understand that we are more than what everybody tells us we are. You don't have to get so lost in the concrete ideas, man, because at the end of it all, I mean, all thoughts are things. And you got to ask yourself, whose thoughts are these anyways? You know what I mean? When you start looking at things like that, like, why are these thoughts in my head? Like, why does this come to me? Like, you know, like it makes you kind of question the universe and understand that you are a conduit of your, you know, of your environment, of your manifestation of life. So you want to change, you want to just put out positive thoughts, you know what I mean? Because, like, honestly, like, whatever thought that's going through the air, like, you know, I got a comedic mind, you know, so I'll be grasping onto a lot of different concepts at various different times, and I just feel like, you know, the best thing to do is to always just throw out love and throw out positivity, because you're creating better ideas. You're throwing out more bubbles that can exist in the moment. And this is just more stuff for people to grab onto. And the more love that's out there, the more love comes back to you. And that's what it's all about, man. The more love you spread, the better off you're doing. And the more growth we have, the more growth we can achieve, man. So we put out more ideas, more beliefs that anything is possible to help you achieve it. And you will see it happen, because my muscle manifestation has been coming to fruition through me and my magic of what I do and making my penis bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder. I can help you out in the BCC. It's more than just beliefs. It's about putting that action into practice. I use masturbation for manifestation. Write that down. Technique that can be taught in the BCC. It's more or less understanding that we are, you know, divine. Understanding that you can channel the gods within, and we can make that piece grow. I mean, just like you can make your biceps bigger, muscle memory we're talking about here, go to a time where you remember your penis being bigger. And if that's hard for you to visualize, it's okay, you know what I mean? Just at least entertain that it's possible. So when you have the clarity in your mind, it's like I always like to say, man, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. So write that down, man. That's a beautiful thing to just, you know, remember. And that's why meditation might help you manifest for the better, because we got monkey brain running around doing a whole bunch of things. And the main premise of meditation is to let you really understand that all thoughts are things. And that's what meditation can do for you. And whatever you get out of it essentially is what you get out of it, man. You can make anything happen, because like I say, all truths are true. You just got to find the ones to make you, you. And along with that, you know, always got to preach the triple D. Go ahead and write this down. No, we're not talking about gators, diamonds, and drives, Guy Fieri. We're talking about don't doubt your dick. And when it comes down to that, we're talking about always build them up. Don't make them the stick. Don't make your stick your stick. Don't make them the joke, the blunt of everything. If that's how you got to do with your flow, I understand. But if you want them to grow, you got to put love there, man. That's why I always come from my chakras, my heart, man. I always put love down into my, you know, put it down to the root. Your penis is on your root. Don't forget that, man. All this stuff is felt in the astral realms, in that third eye, the crown, all these toroidal fields that's all around, what you can prove and not be proven, and what you see and you don't even see, and what we dream is all just a manifestation of what we think and what we believe. So let's believe in beauty, let's believe in love, let's spread it anywhere that we go, and let's always keep ourselves growing, man. And that's what we can do here in the BCC. And you know me, I'm here for you, so I'm always putting content out daily. So make sure that you guys, hit up my latest, Instagram post or whatever. There's going to be more social media action in the future. My Snapchat, say what's up to my, my bear and my wolf, my cat C, everything. You never know what I'm doing on a day-to-day, but, nonetheless, I'm here for you. So you're going to want to make sure that you ring that bell, and make sure you tell some friends. And of course, like Rocky likes to say, hey, yo, I hear no bell. So with that, make sure you ring the bell. If not for me, do it for Sly. Do it for love. I intend on you guys to feel love. I intend on you guys to feel beautiful. I intend on you guys to spread love. I intend on you guys to grow. Make yourselves manifest the best. Have that huge piece of meat swing at the knees or wherever you need it to be to achieve the confidence that you have that's already there. I love you guys. I'll be seeing you around. We got plenty more to come. Ring that bell. I love you guys. Peace.